Hello, everyone, and welcome to Poffology. Hope you had a good Thursday. It is currently 9 o'clock at night. I got out of class about 15 minutes ago, and I'm spent. I'm done for the day. It's been crazy. So, yeah, woke up, pretty early, went to work, then worked, then went to class, and I was in class for 3 hours. And this class is about leadership. So, we had talked about that with a bunch of other, MBA people that were in there. And there's a lot of doctors in my MBA class, and it's very interesting to talk about this topic of leadership, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. We did strength finders, and then they talked a lot about emotional intelligence, which maybe you've heard of that before. And I don't know what else, we're talking about a lot of stuff. So that's all I've done today. Was there anything else? Nope, not really. I've just done that. So here's Emily.
It's kind of interesting because I just finished a class on leadership. That's what I took this summer in my MBA program. And it was a great class. I really think that most people can learn something about leadership, like just being a good leader at work or at home or whatever you're doing. Also, emotional intelligence is huge for being successful. If you're not good at empathizing with others, understanding how other people feel, caring about that, it's just not going to be good. It could be so much easier and more efficient on a team if you have good emotional intelligence. So I'm sure there's lots of people in your class, like especially, just people who are really highly educated and far along in their career. Maybe they feel like, oh, I don't need this class. But I think everyone does. Tonight, while Michael was in class, I was going to go to an MBA networking kickoff of the new school year event, but I decided not to. I did want to. I thought, I think that networking events, I kind of didn't want to go, but I think I like to force myself to try to go to these things to meet new people and take advantage of the fact that I am doing an in-person program for my schooling. I think that's part of the benefit of it. Okay, anyway, I decided not to go because I just want to be as careful as possible before we go to Virginia, getting ready to travel, all of that. So I was like, maybe, being around a ton of new people that, I don't know, I've never met before, may not be a good idea. So I think it was for the best. It also started raining like crazy when I got home and around the time I had to leave. So I was like, I'm not that mad about it. So I ended up just chilling out while Michael was at class. I printed off my articles that I need to read for my new classes that I'm starting next week, and I read 2 of them. So one of my new fall semester MBA classes is called People in Organizations. So I think it will be very HR related type class. And this article I read, here it is, Harvard Business Review. I like that it's orange. It's called How Netflix Reinvented HR. I won't give you a whole summary of the article, but that's not this type of vlog. But it was so interesting. So I think I'm really going to like this class. They were be able to hire people that you trust to just put the best interests of the company first, and everything will just flow from there. It's wow, that's a very basic concept, but you're right. So they said a bunch of other stuff. If you're building a business and you feel like you don't have, A+ people in the spots where you need them, and you come to the point where you're well, if we're going to grow as a company and scale up and do all these crazy big things that we want to do, but you have somebody in a spot that is going to hinder that, you should just offer amazing severance packages at your company. And I was I mean, I guess that's a good point. I didn't really think of that as a strategy, but
I've heard of other companies doing that, which I don't know if that's probably, I don't know. I don't know what I think about it, but I know IBM does that pretty frequently.
it's a way that you can make sure that you're actually achieving what you need to achieve at your company. And if you have someone in a role that's a pivotal role, but they're no longer good for it, they don't have what it takes, they probably already know that. And you don't need to waste time or lie to them or do all these things. You can just give them an amazing severance package, say we appreciated all that you've contributed here, whatever.
That's like high level cutthroat, though. You know what I mean?
But there's other ways to go around that are worse for the employee and for the company. And at the end of the day, they're probably still going to get let go or just be miserable. So I don't know. I think it kind of makes sense, but I realize that's not a reality that a lot of companies can do that.
Yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. Just anyone that's not effective or a good fit anymore.
Yeah, because the Netflix example, they had someone in a position who was so amazing while they were just a small startup. But then as they exploded, this person no longer had the skills that they needed. And it just wouldn't have been fair to keep them around or try to squeeze them into a different type of role. Like, they had just run their course there and they appreciated everything that they had done. But the right thing to do was for them to move on.
That makes sense.
And those are the conversations that are difficult and, take a lot of courage and emotional intelligence to have. Difficult conversations are important, though.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't realize I was so passionate
Yeah.
about this.
I know that it is. Emotional intelligence and emotional EI is important, okay? And just being aware is important. Having awareness is very crucial. So, well, we did talk about like bad leaders, and some like really high up business people mentioned how they work with people that are not good listeners, and well, they are good listeners, but they never apply anything that people tell them. And it's really interesting because they're super political. Because how you get ahead in a company is you have to be extremely political, and if you're really good, you can fake like almost everything. And this person was talking about how they work with someone who listens, but they fake everything else. Like they don't apply anything you tell them, and they just kind of play the political game. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of. I kind of said political like a million times. So, yeah, that's everything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go now. We're going to go, unless you have anything else.
I don't think so. I'm just excited that tomorrow is Friday and I'm going to need to read for my other class over the weekend. Here starts 2 classes. The other one is ethical and legal business practices.
Nice.
There's already stuff about law firms. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was about that, but maybe it's just an example.
That's cool. Wow. I feel like this is a very like blah, boring university talk conversation, whatever. If you're still watching this, comment down below. Netflix. What are you watching on Netflix? Anything interesting? Anything good? I have not been watching Netflix at all. What have you been watching?
I just finished Manifest.
Nice.
It was good. Yeah. I wanted more at the end, but it had to end somehow, Mm-hmm. So I did start The Chair. I don't think I'm going to like it.
Is that about a professor?
Yeah, it's about the first woman chair of the English department at a major university. Kind of like a Harvard or something, but it's called Pembroke.
Oh.
So maybe I'll try another episode and see how it goes.
Nice. I've been watching Mr. Mercedes. It's honestly like okay, this is my opinion. It's not a great show at all, but I just like it. Like it's just, I don't know. It's just corny, easy to watch, kind of fluff. Well, not really. Like they deal with like some serious stuff, and there's like It's a crime thriller murder thing, but it's not as intense. You know, like if you watch HBO shows or even some Netflix shows, they're just on another level. This is not. Very chill, basically. Well, we're gonna go now. We will see you tomorrow. Hope you all have a great Thursday night, a great Friday. And I will see. Oh, if no one's told you this today, you are loved, and this world's a better place because you are here. Have a great Friday. Bye.